Greetings. I am Thandeka Kutlwano and I am with my podcast partner, Kutlwano. Welcome to today's podcast where we will delve into Stephen Freer's 2002 film, which is A Dirty Pretty Things, a gruesome thriller that exposes the underbody London, but looking more as a powerful film that explores globalization, migration, as well as the human body. We will touch on the critical lens of Emily Davis' 2006 article, The Intimacies of Globalization, Bodies and Bodies on Screen, which is important as it will help us in unpacking these themes of globalization, migration, as well as the human body.
Davis's article argues that bodily intimacy serves as a metaphorical language through which it represents contestations of national and ideological bodies, and looking at the film, we see that one can see the impact of globalizations on the bodies of the women and men whose invisible labor is the lifeline of global economy. We will be exploring how Dirty Pretty Things embodies these very ideas and how Davis's framework helps us critically interpret its powerful representations.
Getting into the contextualization of the film, Dirty Pretty Things is a 2002 film directed by Stephen Freer. Its narrative centers around irregular migrants, Ogwe, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, a former Nigerian doctor who fled in his country because he was accused of killing his wife, and now works illegally in London as a taxi driver and hotel night clerk. And then Sinai, on the other part, played by Audrey Toto. She's a Turkish Muslim refugee seeking asylum who works as a cleaner at the same hotel and has a dream of moving and starting a better life for herself in New York.
So, the plot is set in motion when Okwe is exhausted from working double shifts and he discovers a human heart clogging the toilet where he works. In this discovery, he learns that the hotel manager, his boss, runs an organization, a black market organization where he sells organs. He takes advantage of immigrants living in England who are undocumented and promises to supply them with passports in exchange of their kidneys. These transactions occur in the hotel as a demonstration that a whole person's future is regarded as unimportant and reduced to a single removable body part. The hotel becomes a microcosm of the global cities, a place of great wealth and fleeting luxury, founded on the unseen, helpless hardships of those who enter it only to serve those in high status places. The film connects to the aging problems of migration, globalization, and exploitation by representing its characters as individuals trapped in a system where their bodies are their only way or only remaining charity.
Now, shifting to the significance of the title, Dirty Pretty Things. It captures the film's central themes: globalization, migration, and the body. The term dirty conveys the literal and metaphorical filth that characters find themselves in after discovering the secretive businesses that are run in the hotel and the filthy nature of the work they are obliged to perform. The dirt is a metaphor for the unpleasant hidden reality of global capitalism. In opposition, the pretty represents the polished, deceptive surface that the world presents. It is the gleaming facade of the hotel that hides the dirty operations that are run in the hotel. The title suggests an interrelation between the two words, whereby pretty is presented as the world of global trade and cosmopolitan cities which are based on and is maintained by corrupt labor and exploitation of invisible people.
Wow, that's really interesting. So then leading us to our next subtitle, Globalization, Borders and the Body. The film Dirty Pretty Things represents the harsh connections between globalization, borders and the body. And Davis's article can be used to showcase the idea method to decode these representations. The film powerfully shows the body as the ultimate site of border crossing and state control, as we see characters like Okwe and Sinai who are being exploited for not possessing legal documentations. The first scene shows Okwe exhausted because of having to work double shifts without having to rest. On the other hand, Sinai, her body is being exploited by the state and people abusing their power sexually over her. Her body was a site of potential value for her employer, the immigration officers, and the hotel manager. A kidney is then a representation of an internal piece of the body that is used as a passport to cross national borders. This connects with Davis's claim that bodily intimacy serves as a metaphorical language through which to represent contestations of national and ideological borders.
Now, coming to the characters, we can see that they are modified as they were twice as more than people who have legal documents, working long hours in menial jobs that are essential to London's economy but render them invisible. The hotel manager, Sneaky, proudly tells Obe that he is running a simple business, and I quote, as people have things that they want to get rid of, referring to the kidneys that people sell to him in exchange to passport.
In conclusion, Dirty Pretty Things uses the body as its primary text to tell a story about globalization. The film reveals the hidden secrets that are to the seen or visible course of global economy. Davis's article deepens our understanding on the concept of bodily intimacy, and that in order for us to understand globalization, one must look at how it felt on the skin.